Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life. Hey, this is Brian Smith with the Daily Influence, and it's a Friday, I know that, today also happens to be my daughter Kristen's birthday, so happy birthday, Kristen. I'm excited about today because it is a topic that I actually speak about around the world. It is the foundation of our company's management system. We're going to talk about S.M.A.R.T. And many of you may know what S.M.A.R.T. is because you were taught SMART goals. You might even use SMART goals. And if there's people out there that don't know what that means, I'm going to give you a really quick high level, and then we're going to dive into it, and we're going to talk about why SMART is so much more than just SMART goals. First, let's talk about what does SMART mean. SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And when we set SMART goals, we teach that the goal should be specific. You should lay out specifically what you want that goal to be. You should be able to measure to get to that goal. Measure when you get to that goal. What does it mean to reach that goal? Have a measurement in mind so that when you get there, you know you've gotten there. And when we set SMART goals, they should be attainable. Attainability can be based on self, the influence that you have, your environment, the workplace, the focus that you can give to it. But those are all part of the details. But is the goal attainable? Is it something that's realistic? That's the next one. Is it something that can actually happen? Do you have the resources that are needed to meet that SMART goal? And then is it timely? And timely is not just is it timely and is there enough time to do it, but is it the right time? Okay, in determining if you have the specifics and you understand the measurements and if it's attainable and if it's realistic, you have to understand, is this the right time? Not just for yourself, but for anybody that might be involved in reaching that SMART goal. And so SMART goals are really important. We believe in SMART goals. You should set SMART goals. But we found that there's a problem with SMART goals. It's just like New Year's resolutions. When we set SMART goals, it's like something we put there up on the wall, right? It's a place we want to get to. And we might even have assigned that place to get to other people. But the next step is SMART action. And while a SMART goal is kind of a noun, SMART tactics, okay? Turning your SMART goal into a verb, making it happen, using SMART to guide the path from where you're at today to reach that end milestone being the fulfillment of that SMART goal requires SMART tactics. SMART tactics are so important because when you develop SMART tactics, you're creating the recipe to success. Okay, you're writing the specifics. And within those specifics, you should have milestones. If there's multiple milestones, they should come together and reach a group of milestones, depending on the complexity of that SMART goal. The measurements, okay? Not only do you want a measurement to where you're going to get to at the end so you know you've gotten there, but maybe smaller measurements can help you to be tactical along the way. Can you divide measurements up to give you a foundation of understanding that, I've reached phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3 because phase 4 is reaching the ultimate SMART goal. So, tactics are really important. SMART tactics and using SMART to develop those are really important. And the foundation of SMART tactics are the specifics and the measurements. They can also help you understand, are things attainable? When you start to break down the tactics needed to reach a SMART goal, you start to understand better what might be attainable. You might understand the gaps that you have in that attainability. Are they gaps in human resources? Are they gaps in technology resources? Are they gaps in time? Attainability comes from understanding the specifics, understanding the measurements, understanding the time needed and the timeliness to get there. That also feeds being realistic. When we understand the specifics, we understand the measurements, and we understand the attainability in all parts, we can better interpret and better understand if it's realistic or not. We can also understand if the steps are realistic. Do they actually go together? And you might say, well, what does this have to do with focus and slowing down? If I take all these steps and I'm smart, I'm never going to get anything done. Well, I would beg to differ. As we've pointed out over the last few weeks, when we slow down and we become intentional, we can get through what needs to be done better because we understand what's needed better. When we plan, we are more accurate. We are more focused. We get more done. When other people know what's required of them, they can contribute. They can influence better. So being smart, having smart tactics, understanding specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timeliness from all aspects, from the grand goal down to the tactical side, piece by piece by piece, can really help you to speed things up, become more efficient, and become more accurate. And efficiency comes from that accuracy because we're not redoing work. We're not questioning what's happening. There's understanding across all aspects. It's really important that within SMART tactics and SMART goal setting that we have a foundation in that, which we call SMART communication. SMART communication follows the same 5 things. When we communicate with somebody, you want to be specific with them. You want to provide them some measurement so there's context. You want to ask them about attainability. Is it realistic? Is it timely? And you can't do that. As leaders, when we delegate smartly, when we tell somebody to do something, we give them a deadline. We set those expectations from tip to tip. And if we don't set those expectations, and there is a failure along the way, and you could have set that expectation, the failure belongs to you. If you rely on assumption or that people should just know, then you're creating an opportunity for failure. And whenever we create an opportunity for failure, as we know with Murphy's Law, it oftentimes rears its ugly head. So have smart communication. To recap, for SMART, when you set your goals, when you develop your tactics, when you communicate, be specific, find measurement, understand and agree to attainability, understand and agree the realistic reality of what you're trying to do, and understand and agree on the timeliness. Is it timely now? And the times that are going to be allocated and anticipated and expected from the whole process. Following SMART can be one of the most beneficial and foundational things you can do. It's why we have built our entire company on SMART. It's how we've been successful for 27 years. If you want to discount SMART, I would challenge you. You can't discount 27 years of success in our advisory firm, which has foundationally been based on SMART. Also, let's have a recap of this week. We talked about being intentional and how when we set intentions, it's like SMART management. When we set intentions, we are specific with ourselves. We slow ourselves down. We have better focus. That helps us to understand our time better so that time's not just flying by and that we're allocating ourselves to that time in a more intentional way. And we're not multitasking. Yes, multitasking may be a part of some of your jobs, but if you can eliminate multitasking, you will make less mistakes. You will have less gaps in memory. You will be more accurate. You'll get more done. And then the workplace, understanding your environment and where you work and how you're working in that environment. And that having situation awareness, how that environment, how that workplace is fueling the go fast mentality that goes on with us now, is fueling the multitasking, is getting in the way of intention, making time go by so quickly. And then SMART. Be smart. Thank you for a great week with the Daily Influence. Thank you to EVO3, this workplace that I'm going to be in again next week. And I hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you again Monday. Have a good one.